Back. Yes, it is the Nerds That Know. Live and in real color. And we have a special guest. Yes, I am Matt. I'm the king of the goons. You know me from the My Brother's an Idiot podcast. Also holding down the fort here on the Nerds That Know. I gotta say, dipshit, it is so good to see you. Tank, quit banging stuff around with your Belgian ale.
I'm just drinking some Google. Leave me alone.
I can
I'm
see
that
it.
Anno Domine over there. You're banging the gong all up and down.
MJ, the dipshit, has joined us, graced us with her presence, and we couldn't be more excited. What's going on?
I stopped playing Final Fantasy so I could be the ringer for this podcast. Let's go.
How are you? Good to see you.
I'm great. I'm so tired, but it's going to be fine. We're going to make it.
Yeah, we're going to make it. I have faith. All right. And of course, as always, Tank joining us from the Extreme Southern Command, sipping on a delicious beer. That Duvel's really good. That Duvel's really good stuff.
I love Duvel, one of my favorites.
I heartily approve. How you doing, bud?
Oh, I'm doing pretty good. We got snow. Did you guys get snow? Because
we got a little bit of snow. It snowed. Yeah,
it's annoying.
It didn't accumulate much yesterday. It snowed all day yesterday and snowed for about an hour a little while ago. That was about it.
Yeah. Besides that, no, it's been good. Just cold and snowing for some reason, even though it's in April.
I mean, it's Colorado. It's what happens.
Yeah, I know. Doesn't mean I have to like it.
Not even Mother's Day yet. We can't bitch about the frost yet.
Right.
Well, it has snowed in my birthday before in Colorado, and my birthday is in the end of July. So it'll snow anytime it feels like it in Colorado.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah,
it's a great thing about being here. All right, let's get going. We've got a fantasy draft to start off the shenanigans today. We're going to draft tier 2 comic book villains. We're going to say anybody who's been in as a major villain in a major comic book motion picture is probably out. Although I did tell Tank if he wanted Nuclear Man from Superman 4, he could have him because that was just dumb. But anything else is pretty much on the table. And I have lost my pen. Oh well, I'll just have to type it out. So typical fantasy draft. We'll go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. The order will be MJ, myself, then Tank.
Sounds good.
So MJ, you are first. Fire away.
I'm so glad I get the first pick so that I can make sure that neither of you guys take this from me. Killer Moth. I'm a moth. I like lamps. I fly to a lamp. I'm evil, kind of.
That is fantastic.
Fucking love Killer Moth. He's one of my favorite Batman characters.
That is very cool.
I will say I did ponder Killer Moth for a little bit. So
that's why I got to take him first.
Didn't actually make my list, but they're perfect. I am going to go with not just a specific villain, but a specific iteration of a villain. I'm going with Captain Cold. What?
Which one?
Specifically the one from Injustice 2.
No, the Arrowverse version.
Oh.
Make the plan, execute the plan, expect the plan to go off the rails, throw away the plan. Really what I liked about it was just his whole character arc, how he went from just total asshat bad guy and a complete redemption by the end of everything, but going over 2 or 3 different series. So Wentworth did a really good job, I thought. So Captain Cold is my guy.
Okay. My first pick is going to be the Purple Man.
Purple Man?
Yes.
Nice.
Until very recently, I still think second tier. He only showed up once, and that was Jessica Jones. I don't think that quite qualifies as a top tier thing.
I'll give you that one. Kilgrave is good. I really enjoyed David Tennant's portrayal in the first
fantastic
season.
Job.
Really
yes.
good. Really good. Especially for a character that not a lot of people knew about. So
Mm-hmm.
it was good stuff. All right. For my second pick, I'm going to venture into the ridiculous, and I select codpiece.
Are we going 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, 3 here? Or?
No, we're going.
Yeah,
Oh.
you skipped.
I did.
That's
skip.
okay.
Sorry.
No, that's fine. Continue with your cod
All
piece
right,
bit.
yeah, then you can go. So codpiece.
Rocket dick.
His superpower was being able to strap some sort of tool to his tool and shoot things with it. There was a boxing glove, there was a cannon, there was a rocket. He just robbed banks and shot things with his junk. So dumb, so ridiculous. All right, MJ, go ahead.
Okay. Apparently he was in the Harley Quinn show. I haven't seen it yet. But Kite Man, hell yeah.
Kite Man.
Kite Man, hell
love it.
yeah.
Love Kite Man. And he was in the Harley Quinn show.
Good.
Very good call.
I haven't seen that yet. Is it good?
I've only seen very little of it so far. But
Okay. Let's check it out.
Technically,
That is
Killer
fun.
Moth was in a movie.
Which one?
He was in the Lego Batman movie.
Oh, that's right.
He's at Joker's fucking party when Condiment King's on a strip pole.
Solid call out on Condiment King, too.
that is fantastic.
And we are just ridiculous with this list. We've got some great stuff here. All right, Tank, your second pick.
Oh, this one's a hard one. Clayface. He might be getting bumped up soon, but as of right now, he's still second tier.
Absolutely. I like it. Which one? Because there's Clayface.
We're gonna go with
Miss
the
Clayface.
The one from the Lego games.
I'm gonna go specifically the Batman Lego version of Clayface.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, I dig it.
You like punch him and just little random bits of Lego flies off of him. It's
Mhm.
great.
Such a good movie. All right. All right, MJ, you've got Killer Moth, you've got Kite Man. Who's
Are we
your
going again?
third? Yeah, we're doing 3 rounds.
Okay, I'm still gonna take Condiment. He was my backup. I'm taking Condiment King because one time he was on a stripper pole in a kids movie.
Condiment King. Oh man, I love it.
It was one of the best parts of Lego Batman is him on the stripper pole.
That's awesome. Anybody who can weaponize ketchup and mustard is absolutely.
I want to be
solidly
evil
mid.
so bad, but I have nothing. So I'm just gonna strap some ketchup bottles and attach it to like some fucking squeezy hydraulics and see what happens.
Yeah, there's a missed opportunity there. They could have combined Condiment King and Codpiece. That would have been hysterical.
God, I don't know. What's your deal with mayo, dude? Like, fucking chill out, brother.
That's awful. Okay. For my final pick, I really thought long about this one, and I picked this person because number one, no one can say his damn name, and two, the way you defeated him was just the most ridiculous, stupid thing ever. Plus, I was introduced to this character as a wee young goon watching Justice League on Saturday mornings. Meanwhile, back at the Hall of Justice, Mr. Mitzelplick.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a really good one.
And I
Wow.
still nobody can say his damn name. And everybody knows how do you beat Mr. Mitzelplick? They got him to say his name backwards. It's the dumbest thing ever. He had to trick him into saying his name backwards, and he would go back to wherever he came from. Like, how do you not just be ready for that at any time? Just ready to go. Ah, sure. Cliptoskim. And he was a little wizard. So there you go. Mr. Mitzplek. All right, Tank.
Oh, okay. I want to go outside a little bit. I'm gonna go with Overt Kill from the Spawn universe.
Ooh. I dig it. That's a good one. What do you like?
Unstoppable cyborg.
Do you think, do you think we're ever going to get another Spawn? I mean, they keep talking about it, but
They've been talking about it since the first one came out, which was 25
at least
years ago, roughly. I think it was 98,
Yeah.
wasn't it? Something
yeah, I
like
think
that.
so.
I hope so.
Should be.
Apparently, if they are doing it, it's going to be with McFarlane's blessing, because he's going to be part of the. Supposedly, he's part of the writing staff for developing the story. So.
All right, good. All right, so which one was your preference, the movie or the HBO series?
I loved the HBO
It was
series.
so good.
Cartoon was amazing.
No, the movie choice for Spawn wasn't bad, but everything else was kind of iffy. But,
Leguizamo as a clown was good.
yes, but I would have liked more of him, to be honest.
Right. I think he was chronically and tragically underused. And the makeup wasn't great, but
Well, the unfortunate thing is they had to try and jam the entire Spawn story into 1
right.
hour-and-a-half long movie, which is not easy because that guy goes to hell a lot.
yes. Yes, he does. All right. So MJ in what do they call it? Fantasy fight, final fight. What is it? Future
Super
fight.
fight.
Super fight fashion. You got Killer Moth, Kite Man, Condiment King, Captain Cold, Codpiece, Mr. Mitzelplick, and Purple Man, Clayface, and Overt Kill.
Okay, Tank's guys are like real guys. My guys are just fucking dudes. They're just dudes.
Right.
Kite Man's fantastic, though.
Kite Man, hell yeah.
Kite Man. Yeah, I think if they all took each other on, I think Tank Squad wins.
I think my squad gets wiped in like 30 seconds.
I think so. They're done.
Oh, maybe Condiment King blinds a bunch of people.
Yeah, maybe.
You said tier 2 supervillains. I took it like tier F.
I think I was pretty sure they're tier Z. Yeah.
Still. Tier
choices,
2 and
though.
below, right? It's,
Yeah.
all thing we did was we eliminated, the Jokers, Penguins, Riddlers,
Yeah. No.
Lex Luthor, no Zod.
No universe wipers.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Yeah, no Galactus.
Which is one of my favorites. I love Galactus.
Oh yeah. Can't wait to see that one on the big screen for real, not as a stupid cloud that doesn't do anything. But
It disappointed me so much.
Spooky Galactus. I'm coming to fuck your shit up.
Well, it sucks because 2 of the most widely panned comic book movies is the Rise of the Silver Surfer and Green Lantern, which unfortunately are my 2 favorite superheroes.
Yeah.
So I was
Oof.
not happy
No
for either of
dear.
those.
Well, yeah. Well, they were both objectively terrible.
Exactly, which is unfortunate.
Right. And, God, what a wasted opportunity. Lawrence Fishburne as the Silver Surfer could have been just epically great. But he had shit to work with. You could tell he hated every minute of it.
Oh, that was the storyline is such a good story in the comic books that it was reprehensible what they did to it on the theater.
Yeah.
So
And Green Lantern will never get vindicated ever again.
Unfortunately, no.
Tried it once and they're like, not even going to try again. Everyone else, they get a second go. Green Lantern, you stay over there.
Which sucks because he could have done a good job with it if they would have wrote a good story and not put those gross ass CGI
Oh, the CGI was so
masks
bad.
and stuff in it.
The CGI was so bad. The only good thing about that movie is the fact that they wrote it out at the end of Deadpool 2.
I was gonna say, I was waiting to hear if you actually had something to say about the movie that was positive.
No,
Like, I love Green Lantern, and I
this, the only good thing about it is when Ryan Reynolds shot Ryan Reynolds.
yeah, that's about it. Yeah,
Yeah,
that was a rough movie.
If we didn't get Green Lantern, we wouldn't have had that scene. That's
Mhm.
really the only redeeming thing about it. All right. Great job, guys. I think that worked out pretty well. I'm thrilled. All right, let's talk about some actual shit. How about that?
I
The
suppose.
new season, the current season of Picard marches on. New episode releases tomorrow, but we got a lot of more callbacks in the last couple of episodes here, Tank. Looks like they're just trying to scratch every nostalgic itch that there is.
Yeah, they're scraping every little bit of it that they can at this point.
Yeah.
So,
Yes, ma'am.
I've never watched this show. Do we talk about spoilers?
I mean,
I
I'm
mean,
not going to.
we have,
We have talked about spoilers.
Did I? Okay.
We have a 1 week moratorium.
and even then, we don't usually go super specific until the
Right.
series has ended or the season has ended or whatever.
Okay. How about this? Did I hypothetically may or may not have seen lore
Oh,
or seen them talking about? I saw like a very quick GIF and it was like, look, we're talking about lore, and I was like, what?
yeah. So that's a big part of the last episode. There's.
I
Yeah.
did not see a GIF about lore, is what you're telling me.
No, you did.
Okay, well, fuck your 1 week thing then. My bad.
Well, that was last week's episode, so you're okay.
Okay, hooray! They
Plus,
talk about lore.
in a trailer, in one of the trailers for the season before it kicked loose, you actually get Geordi shouting at Lore, yelling, "Lore, what did you do?" And then you see Brent Spiner's face. So it's in the trailer. Yeah, it's in the trailer. So
it's known.
Mm-hmm.
Unknown surprise.
And it gets a lot deeper than that. It's actually I really am looking forward to being able to talk about it in depth when the season finally finishes up, because I don't know about you, Tank, but I kind of dig what they did there with that whole thing at the Daystrom Institute.
Mm-hmm. Agreed. We'll talk about it.
Yeah. You're right.
Talk about it eventually.
Right.
I will say this though, Picard has gotten me interested in. I was never a big Star Trek fan. I watched it occasionally, like Next Generation time frame, but I just never really got into it. But since we started talking about Picard on here, I kind of went back and got into it a little bit more. I enjoy the Picard kind of giving you the big stuff for the most part. They give you a lot of the big things that happened through the history of Star Trek, and then fill in some more stuff on. And I've actually enjoyed it because of that.
Yeah, they're definitely digging into the overall universe, and like I said, they're definitely playing the nostalgia, and throwing either images or quick cameos of things you'd never thought you'd see again, which I thought was pretty cool. I think about the scene where they actually get to Daystrom and the AI, the avatar for the AI that shows up to try to stop them. Right. I thought, I was like, oh, okay, that was pretty cool. I mean, I understand why they did it that way, and it was neat. It would be helpful if you were a little bit up on not only Next Generation but Deep Space Nine.
Yeah, join the dark side. Deep Space Nine is better.
Yeah, Deep Space Nine is awesome.
Deep Space Nine fucking rocks.
Yes, it's a crime that Deep Space Nine was followed up by Voyager. It's just war crime after war crime after war crime.
I don't know, guys. I think maybe we should give these guys a replicator technology. They'll let us go fast. Vroom, vroom. What do you mean, slave race? What happened?
Right. And I would have liked more out of species 8472, whatever the hell the bugs are that are just beating the shit out of the Borg in the quadrant. I think that was undertold, I think. But anyway, if you're not watching Picard, you should. It's the last time. It's the last season. We're never going to see any of this stuff again.
Oh, yeah. None of it ever again.
Right. And we'll talk more about the Star Trek universe here in a little bit, but let's move on to The Mandalorian. New episode launched today. Tank has seen it. I have not. I don't know about you, Tank, but I am really suspicious about the Armorer. And I'm sure you probably know a little bit more about it since you've seen it, but that bitch is sus.
Everybody's sus. I will say the new episode that came out today gives you bits and pieces. It doesn't really go much deeper into that story, but it gives you some really cool moments. I will say that.
Awesome.
So they are expanding the Mandalorian universe further.
Oh, hell yeah. I'm all about that. And that's all I'm going to say about that.
I don't want to tell you too much.
No, I know.
There's a lot to give away. It's funny. Sure. There's some cool cameos. There's some really cool cameos, actually.
Nice.
And I guess episode 6. Yeah. There's some seriously cool cameos. It's a fun little story that they're telling you that's kind of self-contained, but there's some pretty big moments that happen during the course of things that kind of give you an idea of what's happening out in the surrounding universe.
Right. One of the things I really liked about last week's episode is it actually gave some meaning to what I thought was one of the worst episodes of the entire series, which is when they were bouncing around Coruscant for 3/4 of the episode, and you had 5 minutes of Mando on the front side and 5 minutes of Mando on the back side, and then everything else in the middle was bureaucracy.
Yeah. Which apparently, even in this iteration of Star Wars, plays a pretty big role in how things are done.
Right.
Between communities, which is, kind of cool in its own way. The political background is still there without crushing you underneath the weight of it like they did in the prequel movies.
Right. Yeah, the political intrigue and all that nonsense and manipulation politically was just it was just a bit heavy-handed. Thanks, George.
Yeah.
That and midichlorians.
Yeah, no, but never mind that shit. Speaking of the prequels, did you guys see the new goalie for the Buffalo Sabres? I'm busting in here with NHL dipshit talks NHL. Da hockey.
There it is. Yes.
It's a quick
Carry
one.
on.
It's a
on.
quick one. The Sabres got a new goalie. He's a rookie. I think he's from college. I don't know what college he played for. His name's Devin Levi. He's real fucking good. But during TV timeouts, he straight up, and I am being 100% literal.
Oh.
Qui-Gon Jinn meditates in Duel of the Fates, staring at the fucking cage. And they just like kind of took a video of him. And they were like, "What the fuck is he doing?" As he's just like kneeling, staring at the net. And then he's like, "Yeah, I really liked the Phantom Menace, and so I started just kind of kneeling and pretending to be Qui-Gon because he rocks, because he's got good taste."
Oh,
And
that's
then
amazing.
he just
It's so
fucking
good.
does it it's hilarious.
So he's just a diehard Qui-Gon fan.
Yeah,
That's
he just
fantastic.
fucking loves Qui-Gon. It's the best.
The one thing I saw on Twitter is they had like a montage of him kneeling and just staring off, and they played Duel of the Fates while he was doing it.
Did you see the one where they fucking superimposed him over Qui-Gon? Darth Maul's walking in the background. It's just Devin Levi in a Sabres jersey.
The world's worst Photoshop. You can tell they totally took like 30 seconds to do it.
Oh, that's fantastic. Oh man, that's so much fun.
Yeah, that is awesome. That's a good one, Michaela.
Yeah, thank you. That's
Very cool.
almost all I'm going to have to say in the remainder of this episode. Apologies.
Well, that's all right. You can weigh in. I mean, a lot of this stuff we're just weighing in with opinions on news. So you can weigh in with an opinion. It'd be more than welcome.
Well, in that same vein, we are now tied for first and Central.
Nice. More about that in the Goon Squad next week.
Yeah, we'll be talking about that next week for
Right.
sure.
All right. So, Tank, unless you've got anything else to share about the Mandalorian.
Not without giving stuff away. It's such a good watch, though.
What are you yelling about?
The Pelicans are about to win, and now it's going into overtime.
Who are the Pelicans playing?
The Grizzlies.
Oh. There is literally no Denver sports, and she's yelling at the Pelicans and Grizzlies game.
Okay.
Like it's going in overtime, so they're cursing.
I think everyone plays tomorrow, right?
Yeah. Everybody plays tomorrow.
But no, I don't want to give anything away. But Mandalorian, I'm loving this season so far, and how much they're kind of making it more than just this story about Jin Darjin and Grogu. So
yeah, very cool. Thank you, Jon Favreau.
Yes, thank you, Jon Favreau, for telling Kathleen Kelly to shut her mouth. Apparently,
Telling
that's what was
who?
required to get him back in. He was apparently going to step away from the show before this season because
really?
she would not get out of his ass, apparently.
Wait, what was her name?
I think it was Kathleen Kelly, something like that.
That's unfortunate. That's my boss's name.
I think that's what it was. Let me look. Make sure that I'm not...
Very
Up and out of
confused for a
turn.
minute about Jon
Kennedy.
Favreau yelling at my boss.
Sorry, Kathleen Kennedy.
Kennedy.
Okay.
Kennedy.
My bad.
Like,
My bad for any
what?
Kathleen Kellys I may have offended.
What does my
Kathleen
boss
Kennedy.
have to do with the Mandalorian?
She's not even a Star Wars fan. She likes Star Trek.
You can do both.
I know you could do both. She just doesn't.
I'm the walking, living, breathing example of being a huge geek in both universes.
Okay.
All
All
right.
right. So moving on. So if you haven't heard the news, there is going to be a new Harry Potter series, I believe on HBO.
Currently in development,
Yeah,
yes.
currently in development. And everyone's favorite phobe is going to be involved.
Yes, from a tangential perspective. She's going to be there for clarification and continuing the source material, essentially. That she doesn't want them to deviate too far from the material.
God forbid they don't call the black guy. What was his name? Something Broken
There's two
Chains
black
or
guys,
something?
so which one?
No, the one whose name was like Broken Chains.
Django.
That's a
He broke
different
some
movie.
chains, right?
Literally unchained.
There were some chains involved, and they're gone now. No. This is the international symbol of this is how you milk the cow.
I was just
Oh,
gonna say,
yeah.
are you milking a cow over there? Is that what?
Yes.
Kind of figures that they're milking it for everything it is. Yes. And the new series is supposedly currently being based on the Legacy video game, I guess, because there's not really anything else besides that currently that they haven't already tapped into. So
I had read a rumor that they were going to do a book per episode.
My understanding was that it was a full reboot of the movies, like just
they've
fully
talked
redoing
about
them.
that too, but apparently the thing that jumped to the top of the list is Legacy now.
Oh wow!
And they're going to be tapping into the history of the Harry Potter universe, and go back in time a little bit. Now there is still the talks, obviously, like you said, of them redoing the Harry Potter franchise as a whole, but creating a series instead of movies. But I don't see how shortening them is going to make it any different,
Right,
to be honest. So
right. I mean,
you might piss some more people off, I guess, if that's what you're
Yeah.
aiming for.
right.
But
Well, I mean, Legacy was the biggest selling video game of all time.
somehow, yeah,
I know. Yeah, weirdly, and it was all over every social media channel I had when it launched.
Largest opening ever.
Yeah, absolute insanity. But
Yeah, apparently they're going to be basing, based on what I've seen, they're going to be basing a story in that universe around a new series, and that's what jumped to the top of the Warner Brothers
Okay.
list.
They want to see how quickly they can get the main character to learn Avada Kedavra. That's the only reason people are playing that fucking game.
Well, I heard it's an interesting game and the combat's good, but I haven't played it myself, so I don't know. It's a fun Easter egg lore dive kind of a game, I guess, which makes sense if you like that universe,
right.
you know.
And I am admittedly the least versed in all of that fandom of anybody who's ever been on this podcast. But I mean, I know enough to be dangerous.
Oh, I see the confusion. It was WB Games' biggest launch ever.
Yes.
I was
Okay.
like, there's no way that outsold Breath of the Wild.
No, I think pretty sure Call of Duty also had a bigger release, but for WB Games, yeah, it was the
Yeah.
best thing I've ever had.
Oh wow, it beat out Mortal Kombat 12. Shocking.
That actually is kind of shocking. Those Mortal Kombat games sell every single time.
Right.
Did the last one suck? This one will suck worse. You'll still buy it.
Yep, because it's Mortal Kombat.
I've admittedly not played. I guess it would be actually 11, but I have not played it, so I don't know. I did play 10. That was fun.
Yeah.
10 was fun because there was a lot of goofy bullshit that happened.
Exactly.
Johnny Cage soloing Scorpion and
That was
Sub-Zero in
fun.
the first cutscene. It was like, those are the two
The cutscenes were amazing.
Right.
strongest dudes in the universe.
They should have just did that as the movie.
Yeah, we don't need to redo the movies.
Yeah.
None of that matters.
Apparently, yeah.
We just need the clip of Devora kissing Melina and all the bugs pouring out and melting her face.
Well, and like you said, they made Johnny Cage into the biggest badass there ever was.
Yeah. It was so stupid. It was awesome.
He's so amazing. He can beat immortal demigods.
Yeah. Ed Boon was like, I'm going to take a full 180. Scorpion, you're no longer the favorite. Johnny Cage, now you are my best friend.
And the nut punch is a planet destroyer.
All right. Well, we've just added
Sorry,
another.
but that
We've
was fun.
added another item to the old agenda, which is awesome. All right, let's get off of Mortal Kombat and Harry Potter. That was a segue no one saw coming. Move on to Star Trek.
Again.
And we teased this a little bit when we were talking about Picard, but the news out of the Paramount camp is they're moving away from full series, be they story arcs or episodic, and looking more at the miniseries format. So 3 or 4 episodes to tell an entire enclosed and complete story. I just hope they don't get rid of Strange New Worlds. That's all I care about.
See, that's the unfortunate thing. Because last I heard, they are dumping Strange New Worlds, which is
No.
shitty because I loved Strange New Worlds.
Such a good show. Such a good show.
But yes, they have moving on from their traditional format of, like you said, the long episodic, multiple episode arches. They're going to be going to very short. I think it's 4 to 6. Isn't that what they said?
Yeah.
Yeah, 4 to 6 episodes of roughly an hour apiece or something like that.
And
So,
it's clearly money driven, right? All of the streaming providers are struggling. The news earlier this year about Netflix losing how many millions of subscribers, and Disney Plus is having its troubles, and Paramount launched with Star Trek, right? You had to have Paramount Plus to watch Discovery, and that was they both launched pretty much at the same time.
Yeah. And they've never made money off of the CBS, whether it was the CBS All Access or the new Paramount version. Have never once made money in like the 10 years it's been around. So that's not a good sign.
No. Bong.
In nomine Patria et Filii et Spiritus Sancti.
I have to insert random prayer.
MJ, what do you think? You excited to see a Star Trek miniseries?
Yeah, I like anthologies, so that sounds a little bit up my alley, but I do long for the days in which you can binge like 30 episodes and get like through one season. You know what I'm saying? Just like sit and there's not going to be any bottle episodes. How will I survive without something about, I don't know, the doctor fucking a candle or something? There won't be any bottles.
Mm-hmm.
Or sexy ghosts.
It was the sexy ghost in the candle, but you got what I meant.
I know.
You didn't need to explain it, to be honest. I would have rather it just sit on people's minds of what? He did what to a candle?
In case you ever not seen one of the worst episodes of Next Generation.
Right. That was only mildly problematic.
I will do to you what I did to your grandmother before you. And we're not stopping there. I would stop there.
Yeah, that sounds like a good place to stop. Oh no, Brandon Braga. We are going so far past.
Yeah. You got to turn the ship around, man.
Yeah,
we got to get off this boat.
That was when Brandon was really into his weird shit as a writer. Tank's like, what are you people talking about?
No. I understand the plot line there.
Right.
It's pretty straightforward.
Right.
Still hits you like a bag of bricks.
Right. I mean, as long as they don't like go back and give us Voyager crew as lizards, I think it'll probably turn out to be okay.
Ooh, give me the lizards. I want a full 4 to 6 episodes on Janeway and Tom Paris's fucking abandoned babies on that planet in the Delta Quadrant. I want to see, like, do they turn into people when they grow up? Do they accidentally populate an entire planet of lizards? That's the series I'm looking for. Star Trek Threshold.
Threshold 2.
Threshold 2. The thresholding.
We're going to threshold harder than we've ever thresholded before.
Threshold 2. Electric Boogaloo. Let's go.
I
The quickening.
don't think Star Trek's going to give that to you, but I'm pretty sure Rick and Morty already did. So
Oh, that could be.
they have
Yeah.
lizard people.
Yeah.
They have
Lizard people specifically spawn from going faster than the speed of light.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
It's
I love
literally
science fiction because
it's literally
anything
one
is
of the
possible because science.
right.
That episode's the best because it got an Emmy. That episode won an Emmy.
What was it for?
I don't know.
Better not be art direction.
It probably was art direction.
Probably costuming.
Costume.
Fucking Tom Paris's face melting off is
Right.
horrific to look at.
That is legitimately on the Mount Rushmore of worst Star Trek episodes of all time, regardless of what anything else was. Just awful.
Yeah, outstanding makeup
Makeup.
Holy
because he
crap.
was melting.
Yeah.
Yep.
He melted.
Well, body horror wins usually. So that
Yeah,
goes up.
there you go. That was Voyager's one. We've spent way too much time on Voyager.
Yes.
Yet another war crime. Anyway, it'll be interesting to see what happens as they move forward into that different format. As long as we keep getting stories, I think is going to be the important part, right? They got to do something to survive, and I don't know if we can live on fan fiction.
Pretty sure
Yeah.
you can.
They might
There's-
just start adapting fan fiction into real stories, maybe.
Some of it out there is pretty good, but
Yeah.
Where's my fucking remake of oh god, what was that book called? It was like the unwritten third episode of Mud. Did I lend you that book or did I lend that to Mark?
I think you lent it to Mark. But I've read just about everything. Is it one of the old ones?
Yeah, it was one of the really like old books.
Yeah, I had
That
read it.
was the third, like the lost third episode of Mud.
Yeah,
I don't know what that is. What is that?
Harry Mudd.
Harry Mudd?
Yeah, it was one of
If
the.
I type in Harry Mudd, am I going to get.
No, MUDD.
Okay. Like the jeans.
Sure.
Yeah.
If that's, I'm sure. I'm gonna go with it.
Harry Mudd.
Yep.
I gotta look at
2
it.
episodes in the original series. One of the worst.
Oh, The Trouble with Tribbles.
Is
That's
Mud in the Trouble with Tribbles?
No.
No.
That's what it says.
There's I Mud,
And Mud's Angels.
Mud's Angels.
I literally just typed in Harry Mudd and it gave me Trouble with Tribbles. Oh,
Oh, he was in the disco episode with the Tribbles, wasn't he?
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah,
that's what it is. Okay.
you mean DS9, right?
Harry
No,
Mudd.
the
I'm Mud
disco
from the
episode.
Oh, that's right. Oh, I
Remember he was in disco.
hmm I was thinking of when they went back to the Enterprise in DS9, and they were all trying to figure out where all the Klingons got the ridges from.
And
Yeah, she was at
Jadzia,
Trouble with Tribbles. That's weird.
Jadzia mentioned that she might have fucked Dr. McCoy at some point. Star Trek rocks.
Yes, it does. All right.
That's fantastic.
All right.
I'm gonna have to go deeper dive on some of the Star Trek stuff I don't know about because apparently it's wild as hell.
It is.
Yeah.
Some of it is.
Yeah.
Some of it is so batshit crazy. So batshit crazy. There's a book. So there's a bad guy in one of the original series. His name is Trelane, who's basically an omniscient teenager in the looks like Liberace. But there's a book that actually establishes him as a young Q. So
Interesting.
yeah, you can say that Q's been around in Star Trek since 1967 because of Trelane.
There's a book where Spock leads a cult on a planet.
Yeah, some of the books are crazy.
They're awesome.
All right. All right, that's enough Star Trek bullshit. Let's move on to actual news. So Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings Part 2 in development, and Tank, it appears that they're going to have to do it without Michelle Yeoh, which makes me very sad.
It is sad, a little bit. I didn't honestly think that she was going to be part of the second movie either way. To be honest, her presence in the first one was kind of driven towards connecting Shang with his history. After that, I don't know how much impact there would be, to be honest. So while it's disappointing that we don't get more Michelle Yeoh in Marvel, we're going to get her apparently in the next three. What's that movie? Avatar. So she'll be filming that, I'm guessing.
Oh, hooray!
Which same company, so I don't understand why they're saying, well, we can't afford her for Shang-Chi, but we can put her in the 3 Avatar movies. Like, wait, isn't it all coming out of the same pocket?
Yeah.
To be fair, the Avatar movies make more money than God.
Yeah. That's also true.
Well, I mean, that's what happens when you only make one every decade.
Decade?
What was it? 13 years ago? 14 years ago?
I
When
feel
it
like
came out?
I feel like it was longer than that.
I think I was a junior in college, so yeah, roughly 14 years ago.
That's gonna require
2009, I want to say.
I remember
2009.
Ed bought the plasma screen TV that he had downstairs specifically so he could watch it on the big screen.
I mean, it's a good movie. Not life-changing for me personally,
No.
but it's a good movie.
It was life-changing for a ton of people. I mean, there were people that wanted to go live there.
Which I could understand that, but I had the same experience with Fern Gully a decade before, or 2 decades before that. So it's the same movie.
What are you wooing about? Pelicans won. There we go. Means the Nuggets clinch first.
Which, if they can't do it themselves, I'm glad the Pelicans could do it for them.
Yeah, I mean they could have done it last night, but but in terms of the actual movie itself, you know, going back to Shang-Chi, I'm kind of excited to see what they're actually going to do. I haven't seen any rumor or innuendo or reports about the actual story. I really think they've got an opportunity to make Fing Fang Foom a thing.
That's what I think they're doing, because they're trying to figure out the history of the rings based on the post-credit stuff that we got.
Mm-hmm.
So they're going to try and find where the rings came from, whether that be if they're doing like the Legend of Kunlun, or if they're doing there's going to be some sort of Kree metal or something. I have no idea what they're planning on doing with it.
Right. And we already know that the rings are talking to something out there. They don't know what. So
I'd be badass if it was Fin Fang Foom.
That would be awesome.
Hopefully they can make a giant dragon not look stupid. Let's go for that.
Yeah, right. Let's start there. Maybe a human representation.
I hope not. I hope that's a giant talking dragon from
what
outer
it should
space.
be. Yeah, it's what it should be. Right? It's what it should be. But, you know. Look what they did with the Eternals. I mean, until we actually see it.
That movie was bad because it was boring.
Ah.
But the Celestials were cool.
Mm-hmm.
But the script was not great. I wouldn't put it that way.
The script was terrible. Absolutely.
Apparently they're canceling because of how awful that did and it going nowhere. Apparently they're going to be potentially canceling the Ebony Blades connection to the Marvel Universe for the time being.
Really?
Yeah, based on, I read something about it like a couple days ago. Which is unfortunate because that would have been cool because the Ebony Blade does some cool stuff.
Right. Oh, well. Guess we'll have to see. We got Guardians coming up here in a month.
Oh, thank God. Finally get Adam.
Mm-hmm. Finally.
Yeah.
He's been sitting
But-
in the wings for too long.
Yeah.
Oh,
Been
God.
sitting in that pod since 2016.
Roughly, yeah. Isn't that when that
He
first
probably
one came
got fucking poofed and then got reappeared. And then he's like, oh shit, I'm still in the pod.
I didn't miss anything.
Nothing
out? I really
happened.
hope that's how the beginning of it is
Yeah, he just
him
blip.
poofing back into existence.
Right. Blip and de-blipped. All right, let's move on to some more Marvel news. They finally have given us an official release date for Secret Invasion. I am super excited for this. One, because Nick Fury. Two, because Nick Fury. And three, I think the story is just cool as hell.
Well, yeah, and depending on how they can't exactly replicate what happened in the comic books, they've basically said that that's not going to be their approach, which would be difficult given what happens during Secret Invasion and some of the people they got seemingly, you know, as you said, poofed out of existence during this time frame, because this is supposed to be the time frame between the snap and then the unsnap, I guess. So-
Snap 2.0.
Exactly. And there's not going to be much, based on everything that they're saying, there's not going to be a lot of superhero specific involvement. It's going to be very much a boots on the ground Nick Fury story, seemingly.
I'm getting very like you take the outer space bit out of it. I'm getting very much like first couple of seasons Agents of Shield vibe from what I'm seeing. You know, not like you said, not a lot of superheroes, more about people, action for sure. Not necessarily the theme or the overall tone of Agents of Shield, but kind of in that vein of less out there bullshit and more action driven
Yeah.
story.
Well, we're probably, based on our last interaction with Nick Fury, I'm assuming we're going to be getting the development of the Sword program,
Mm-hmm.
which is the giant, seemingly satellite that he's sitting on at the.
Right.
I can't remember what movie that was that he was at the end of. Which one was that?
Was that Captain Marvel?
No. Maybe it's Spider-Man.
Oh, it could have been a
It
Spider.
was Spider-Man because
Spider-Man.
Talos calls
You're
him. That's what it
Yep.
was.
Yep.
That's Spider-Man.
Right. And then maybe we
Um,
can finally put to bed this theory about is Fury a Skrull or not
Yeah.
with the
Seemingly.
toast.
Yeah. Seemingly they'll touch on that. And then the last piece of information that I've seen come out about it is that it is going to be connecting, though, to Armor Wars. So we may get a last episode, last scene encounter with Rhodey, I'm assuming.
I'd be
Or
all about
Justin
that.
Hammer. That'd be cool. Bring back Justin Hammer.
There you go. Let's let Rockwell chew up some more scenery.
I fucking love him. I don't care what he does. Make a
Oh, he
series
was
about him.
great. He
Yeah.
was great. I loved everything that he
He's
was
one of the most underutilized characters ever.
right.
He's such a dick.
I know. MJ, looking forward to Secret Invasion?
The only thing, yeah, sure. It's right. It's coming out right after Transformers, so
Oh,
my
yeah,
my mind is on the prize, man.
I'm aiming for Transformers too. I forgot that
Oh,
was
yeah.
right there.
Yep.
Fucking Optimus Primal's coming back, baby. Voiced by Ron Perlman. Let's go.
Absolutely. I'm gonna go see that too. It's gonna be a good few months coming up here. We got some good stuff coming down the pipe.
Yeah, it's looking like an interesting summer for
Yeah.
the big and small screens, honestly.
Mhm. Absolutely. I do like the tie-in with Armor Wars. I think Armor Wars is gonna be super cool.
Well, and I'm assuming that's when they're going to be bringing back Riri, I would assume.
Right.
And then maybe get the introduction of Iron Lad potentially during that.
Could be.
That'd be pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. Let's just do all the iron things at once.
Yes. Let's do all of the iron things. Iron Age, Iron Maiden.
I fully support that idea. Jarvis, play Iron Man.
The Iron Giant. We'll bring him back in. Hey, the actor's already in the Marvel universe.
Right.
Just roll him into another character.
Right? Wouldn't be the first time. Certainly won't be the last.
Probably not.
All right. And last but not least, if you haven't seen it, there is a new Power Rangers trailer out there on Netflix. Is it a movie or a series? I didn't catch that bit. It looks like movie to me based on
my understanding, it's a movie.
Okay. And it is every bit as over the top and ridiculous as you remember Power Rangers were if you grew up in that generation. God bless you.
Sorry, excuse me.
Rammstein concert level of pyrotechnics.
Right.
Yeah, seemingly it's going to connect back to the original cast for the most part. The ones that are alive, and except for Kelly Jo Johnson is not going to be the Pink Ranger, which is unfortunate. But yes, you're getting the original lineup, at least American lineup of the Power Rangers.
Right.
Once again, taking on Rita Repulsa, I believe. Which is cool.
There are millions of 12-year-old boys trapped in 30-year-old bodies who are bemoaning the fact that there is no Kelly Johnson.
Yeah. That's sad.
Case in point, I give you Tank.
Not wrong.
Right.
I believe I was 7 or 8 years old when that show was on. So,
yeah, I missed it. That was post my afternoon TV watching days, so we did not actually get to watch. I didn't watch a lot of Power Rangers. I was aware of them. I had cousins who were really into it, but I didn't watch any of it. Just
even Mark would have been slightly outside of that, probably, huh? Early teen.
Yeah,
when that was on.
Yeah, probably. I don't know. Michaela, did you ever watch any Power Rangers?
Yeah, but just on like the because it was still on Saturday morning cartoons when I was a kid.
Okay.
So I watched some Power Rangers, but
Yeah.
it was like Dino Rangers and shit.
Oh yeah, that
They were
doesn't
like
count. Sorry, no, it's not.
That's not real Power Rangers.
That's not real
not the
Power
same.
Rangers.
They have too high of a budget.
Tank's over here gatekeeping the Power Rangers.
Gatekeeping go Power Rangers.
That's not my early '90s Power Rangers.
That's right. I've been there since the beginning.
I legitimately was 1993. That's what got me into karate. Not kidding at all.
Yeah, that's probably a story that was repeated millions of times.
Millions of times. Like, I want to do karate. Why? Because the Power Rangers are fucking awesome. That's
Right.
why.
Millions of dollars poured into Tiger Academy franchises across the country so you could earn a black belt in 6 weeks.
I did not go that route weirdly enough. I actually didn't go into karate. I went into judo, which is different, but
Right.
allowed me to slam people without getting in trouble for it.
Right.
Anymore.
It was a socially acceptable inside.
Yeah, socially acceptable beatdowns of other children.
As long as you had
Cathartic.
as long as you had your gi on, you were okay.
Yeah. But yes, we're getting the 30-year reunion of the Power Rangers. That's what it is at this point.
Yeah,
So.
that's true. Ah, that is true. Good Lord. Wow.
You're old.
I am old. I am old. I was 20 when it came out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was 6.
Well, yeah. Hey.
You were 20. I would have been minus
A lot.
4.
You weren't even born yet.
Yeah. Yeah. -4. Yeah.
Yeah, minus 4-ish.
Yep. You weren't even a thing.
I don't even think my dad was in Colorado.
Oh, I don't know. I do not know. All right. Well, that's all we have for the agenda for this evening. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, geeks of all ages. MJ, do you have any final thoughts?
Yeah, I'm going back to Final Fantasy.
Have
Goodbye.
fun. We appreciate you joining us,
Sounds awesome.
providing some levity and reminding us that Qui-Gon Jinn lives inside the mind of Buffalo
Devin
Clippers
Levi.
goaltender.
20-year-old
22-year-old NHL.
That's fantastic, to be honest.
Diddly.
You know what the funny part is? He wasn't even born when that was a thing.
Right.
You know,
was born
he
after that. I mean, that became his favorite thing in early childhood.
Yeah.
For some reason.
he watched it and he said that part was cool, and then kept that in his brain for some reason.
Apparently, what turned him into a Buddhist monk is the same that turned me into a wannabe karate killer. So
Judo smash.
oh man.
All right, Tank, you got anything else? Pimp the things, talk about the stuff.
Yeah, catch us next week. With My Brother is an Idiot. You can find me on the socials with either at Tank Knox or at Knox Nostalgic Collectibles.
Awesome. As always, you can find us at Nerds That Know on all the places and at all the things. The Goon Squad, you can find us at My Brother's an Idiot on Facebook. Just search that. The podcast Twitter for My Brother's an Idiot is at The Idiot Goons. That's also our Twitch. King Goon, who is absent today. We miss you, King Goon, and Duchess Bobby. We miss you as well.
You're
Love you
King
both.
Goon.
I mean, Goldagoon.
It was like,
God.
Are you here and you're not here?
I'm not here. No,
do you know your name?
it's a bad CGI.
How
It's
many fingers am I holding up?
This is Max Headroom.
Yeah.
Goldagoon's Twitter is at Puffletime. My Twitter is at Puffalopagus. You can find me on TikTok at King Goon Smoke. Doing Rocky's opening day tomorrow, so there'll be some fun stuff coming out from that.
Are you going? Awesome.
So is someone else who's on this panel.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I'm going with.
She's going with. We got a party of 8. We're gonna throw it down.
I have children that have school.
Yeah,
I can't be there.
Blake Street is not ready for the Goon Squad. Let me just tell you.
Well, have a couple extra and break a lamp for me.
Got it. Done and done.
Make sure to wave it in front of Killer Moth first so that he gets.
Whee! Solid callback to the beginning of the episode. I dig it. As always, take care of yourselves, take care of your families, and take care of each other. This has been the Nerds That Know, and we'll catch you next time. See ya.
Bye. We know shit.
Bruh.
Bruh.